Okay, so we are now on the quarter 3, week 2 of our discussion, and the topic is all about theorems on the different kinds of parallelogram. So let's explain. Rectangle is a parallelogram with four right angles. So our topic is all about uh, theorems, no, on different kinds of parallelogram. So there are three types of or kinds of parallelogram under parallelogram. Okay, that is rectangle, rhombus, and square. So the first thing that we are going to discuss is all about the rectangle. So it is a parallelogram with four right angles. Other than it has two pair of parallel lines, rectangle is a parallelogram with four right angles. So the first theorem that we are going to discuss is if a parallelogram has a right angle, then it has four right angles and the parallelogram is a rectangle. Okay, so it says here that if a parallelogram has a right angle, then the rest of the angles are also right angle. And that parallelogram is a rectangle. So we have here the example given. RUBY is a parallelogram with angle R. And R is a right angle. Okay? So this is the illustration, RUBY. So ito yung yung parallelogram natin. At meron daw siyang given na isang angle which is angle R na right angle. So we have to prove that angle U, angle B, and angle Y are right angles. So kailangan nating ma-prove that the three na remaining are also right angles. Okay, so this is the proof. So do you still remember proving? So I hope you still remember, no? So on the left side, we have here the statements, and we have here on the right side the reasons, no? So number one, Ruby or RUBY is a parallelogram with angle R, a right angle. So that is given, no? So ayan po yun. Diyan po yun ang galing sa given. So this is the statement and this is the reason. Okay? So, the measure of angle R is 90. Okay? So, sabi kanina, angle R is what? The reason is definition of a right angle. So, sabi kanina, ayan, RUBY is a parallelogram with R angle R, a right angle. So, the reason why it is measured as 90 degrees, it is because it is the definition of a right angle. Next, angle R is congruent to angle B, and angle R is congruent to angle Y. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are congruent. Okay? So, look at the given. Angle R daw po is congruent to angle B. O, ayan. Angle R is congruent to angle B. And angle R is congruent to angle Y. Angle R is congruent to angle Y. No? So, sabi dyan, opposite angles are congruent. No? So, R and B. So, ito is medyo may, ano lang, um, error lang. So, dapat ito ay U. No? Kasi, ang opposite ni Y ay si U. Okay? So, opposite angles are congruent. So, therefore, measure of angle R is equal to the measure of angle B. And that is the definition of congruent angles. So, let's have number 5. Measure of angle B is 90. No? So, since we have said that the measure of angle R is equal to the measure of angle B, what is the measure of angle R? 90 degrees. And that is by substitution of statement number 2 and number 4. Kaya siya naging 90. Since angle R is 90 degrees and the measure of angle R is equal to the measure of angle B by definition of congruent angles because opposite angles are congruent. Therefore, if angle R is 90 and opposite siya kay angle B, therefore, they are congruent. If the measure of angle R is 90, therefore, the measure of angle B is also 90. So we have proved that angle B is 90. Okay? So, nakakuha na natin yung isa. Ito. Prove that angle UB and Y. So, okay na tayo dito sa B. Next tayo is yung sa U or sa Y. So, number 6, measure of angle R plus the measure of angle U is 180. So, wait. Angle R and angle U. No? So, when you add them, you will get 180 degrees. No? So, yun yung sabi. Bakit kaya? What is the reason? Because consecutive angles are supplementary. No? So, since ang sabi is consecutive angles daw ay supplementary, therefore, they will form 180 degrees. Next, and that is on number 6. No, no, no. Oopsie. Where is the... Oh my. Ayan. So, next tayo. Number 7. 90 plus the measure of angle U is 180. So, the reason is by substitution of statement number 2 and number 6. So, since ang sabi sa statement number 2, angle R is 90. So, 90 plus the measure of angle U, which is yung number 6, no? So, yun yung ano niya, reason niya, no? Consecutive angles are supplementary. So, 90 plus the measure of angle U is 180. So, to get the value of or the measurement of angle U, you have to transpose yung 90 sa right side. So, it will become the measure of angle U is now 90. Kasi 180 minus 90 is 90. Subtraction property of statement number 7. So, yun yung ginawa natin. 180 minus 90. So, therefore, we have concluded that measure of angle U is 90. Next, number 9, 90 is equal to 90. That is by reflexive property. Next, pag sinabi nating reflexive property, it will just reflect like what you are seeing on the mirror. Hindi naman pwedeng pag tumingin kayo sa mirror, no, mag-iiba yung itsura. No, kung meron kang pimple sa ilong, pagharap mo sa salamin wala, makabahan ka na, no? So hindi nagre-reflect ng tama kung ano yung nasa salamin at kung ano yung nasa harap ng salamin. So dapat kung ano yung nasa harap ng salamin, yun yung makikita niya sa salamin. So that is by reflexive property. So the measure of angle Y in number 10 is 90. Why? It is because of the substitution in statement number 3. Ito yun, angle U. So na yan. No? Angle U is congruent to angle Y. Angle U yun, di ba? Pinalitan natin yung R kanina. Ito. Yan. Angle U dapat to. U. No? Angle U is congruent to angle Y. And ang sabi, the measure of angle U is 90. Therefore, the measure of angle Y is also 90. No? So we have concluded again that the measure of angle Y is 90 degrees. So the measure of angle U, angle B, and angle Y are right angles. Bakit sila right angles? Because if the measure of an angle is 90, then it is a right angle. So RUBY is a rectangle. Definition of a rectangle. Okay? So we have proved that once the given parallelogram has a right angle, the rest of the angle is right angle. So next, theorem number 2, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. So the diagonal naman daw po, itong guhit sa gitna, are congruent. Ibig sabihin, equal in measurement. Example tayo, given, same given, RUBY is a rectangle with diagonals RB and UY. So let's prove that RB is congruent to UY. Okay, so this measurement of the diagonal is congruent also with this diagonal. So let's prove number 1, RUBY is a rectangle with diagonals RB and UY statement. The reason is given. Number 2, RY is congruent to UB. No? Saan yung RY? Ito yun. RY is congruent to UB. No? So that the reason is opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. As we have mentioned nung discussion natin kahapon, opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. So, yung katapat niya, same sila ng sukat. So, angle RYB and angle UBY are right angles. So, a rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. So, saan ba yung RYB? RYB. So, this is the angle. So, ito yon, no? And UBY. UBY. So, this is the angle. Angle B. Sa angle B siya nakatapat. So, proceeding, number 4, angle RYB is congruent to angle UBY. No? All right angles are congruent. Since they are all 90 degrees, therefore, they are what? They are right angles and they are congruent. So YB is congruent to BY. So that is by reflexive properties, just like what we had a while ago. No, nung 90 is equal to 90. So triangle RYB is congruent to triangle UBY by SAS congruence postulate. What do we mean by SAS? Side, angle, side, congruence postulate. So therefore, RB is congruent to UY, that the diagonals are congruent, no? What is the reason? Because corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent, or CPC-TC. Okay? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent kasi nakabuo tayo ng congruent na triangle by SAS congruence postulate. So let's apply the theorems on rectangle. So this is the example. So, quadrilateral KEND is a rectangle. Its diagonal KN and DE intersects at R. So, let's answer the following questions, no? Sabi dyan, if KR is 15 centimeter, how long is DE? So, DE daw yung hinahanap natin. If KR is here, K papunta kay R, ang sukat daw niya ay 15 centimeter, how long daw po is DE? So, from the given theorem kanina, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Therefore, they are congruent. The measure of KN is congruent to the measure of DE. So, if the measure of KR is 15, what do you think is the measure of NR? That is 15, no? Because they have to be unequal in measurement. Kung hindi, hindi po yan magpapantay. O kunwari pantay yung ano, no? Kasi sir, hindi naman po pantay. O, hindi nga lumapat eh, no? So, ganun talaga yung pag-e-edit. Hindi siya nagtutugma. Pero, let's assume that this is uh, in equal measurement. Next, if the measure of Kn, itong buong to, is 30 centimeter, why 30? Kasi we have to add the measure of KR and NR. So 15 plus 15 is 30. So what will be the measure of DR? That is also 15. And what will be the measure of ER? That is also 15. Why? Because they are congruent. So therefore, DE is 30 centimeter. So this is the answer. How long is DE? DE is equal to 30 centimeter. Number 2, if angle DKN is 56 degrees, find the measure of angle EKN. So, umpisa natin sa given. Given natin is angle DKN. So, ito po yun. Mula kay D, papunta kay K, papunta kay N. So, ang angle mo, nandito lang. No? Ito lang yung angle mo. So, hindi po kasali to. So, ito yung hinahanap natin. E, papunta kay K, papunta kay N. Tandaan kung ano ang gitnang letter or variable na ginamit is doon tayo maglalay ng angle. So, ito yung angle na nawawala. So, what will be the angle here? Yan. So, question mark yan. Kasi nga, hindi natin alam. So, the measurement of angle EKN is here. So, angle EKN is equal to 90 minus angle DKN. So, ito yung working equation natin. So, kailangan marunong kayong gumawa ng working equation, ha? Gamit ito. Ito mismo. Ito mismong given. So, angle EKN is the missing. No? So, kaya siya yung nasa left side. So, equals siya sa 90 minus DKN. Saan natin nakuha yung 90? We all know that the rectangle has 4 right angles. So, 90 is equal to right angles. So, kasi nga, nandito siya sa corner na to, which is 90 degrees. So, i-minus natin siya sa 56. Bakit sa 56? Kasi yun yung sukat nitong DKN. And, when we subtract it, the answer will be 34 degrees. And that will be the answer or the measurement of angle EKN. Bakit? Kasi when you add 56 and 34, you will get 90. Therefore, meron kang right angle. Okay? Next. Oops. Oops. Ayaw. Ayan. Naglag. Okay. So, let's continue. Asa na tayo? Ayan. Hindi napalitan yung number. Dapat ito ay number 3. So, if angle EDN is 37 degrees, find the measure of angle DERN. So, lagay muna natin, nasan ba yung EDN? E papunta kay D, papunta kay N. So, nasan siya? Nandyan sa baba. Ito po yung measurement niya. Saan na yung highlighter natin? Laser pointer. Ayan. Yung 37 degrees. Diyan siya nakalagay. So, what is the measure of angle DRN? So, ito yung hinahanap natin. No? Yung nasa gitnang angle. So, ano kaya yung measurement niya? Since they are congruent, itong diagonals natin, nahati niya yung angles ng unequal measurement. So, if your angle here is 37, the angle here is also 37 degrees. So, the solution here is angle EDN plus angle KDN plus angle DRN is equal to 180. Bakit siya nag-equal sa 180? Unahin natin yung EDN. Saan yung EDN? EDN. Ayan. So, itong angle na to. Next. Angle KD. No. Dapat ito ay N. No? KND dapat. Baligtad. KND. Dapat KND. Papunta kay N. Papunta kay D. So, 37 degree also. And DRN. DRN. Itong nawawala. Is equal to 180. Bakit equal siya sa 180 yung tatlo? It's because it is the measurement of a triangle. So, nakabuka na dito ng triangle eh. Yan. So, yan yung triangle. Tatandaan, the measure of the angle of a triangle is 180. Okay? So, we have here now EDN as 37 degrees, KND as 37 degrees. So, DRN is the missing. No? So, we have to add them. 37 plus 37 is 74. Then, transpose natin siya sa kabila. So, it will become 180 minus 74. So, the remaining angle is 106 degrees. Therefore, this angle is 106 degrees. Are we clear? Okay. So, tandaan that the angle of a triangle is 180. Next. Hindi na naman napalitan. Number 4 na tayo. If angle KRD is equal to 42 degrees, then find the measure of angle the measure of angle DEN. So, let's put the angle. So, KRD is 42 and ang nawawala is yung DEN. Ito ang nasa taas. So, how are we going to get the answer kung nandito naman yung angle? So, meron kang dalawang nawawala, no? Bakit? Kasi, the angle here is 42, no? So, the angle here on the other side or the other angle is also 42. Katulad nung nangyari kanina sa 37 dito. So, therefore, 37 din dito. Ganon din po dito. If this is 42, this one is also 42. Kaya, ang gagawin natin, isusubtract natin yung 180 sa 42. Okay, bakit? Kasi nabawasan na tayo ng 42 dito sa mabubuo nating triangle, yung 180 degrees. So, 180 minus 42 is 138. So, you have to divide 138 by 2. Okay, bakit dalawa sa dalawa? Kasi dalawang angle yung nawawala and they are equal naman po. They are congruent, no? So, when you divide the angle, it will become 69. So, 69 is the answer. Ayan. Angle DEN is 69, angle KNE is also 69, and angle ERN, ito yun, ERN, so ito yun, ang angle dito is 42 degrees as well. Okay? Last, number 5, tumama na yung number. Number 5 is if KD is x plus 6 and EN is 3x minus 2 and KE is equal to 2x plus 6, find its area. So, hinahanap natin ngayon yung area. So, how are we going to get the value of the area? What is the formula of the area of a rectangle? So, yun yung mga tanong natin. So, KD, ayan, lagay natin siya according to anong nakatayo. So, KD is x plus 6, EN is 3x minus 2, KE is 2x plus 6, and the area is the unknown. So, the formula in getting the area is length times width. So, KD is equal to EN. That is on this side, left and right side. The opposite sides are congruent. Therefore, we can say that KD is equal to EN. Ibig sabihin, equal daw po yung measure nito, equal din po ang measure nito. So, next. Ano ba ang value ng KD? So, x plus 6, no? Yung value ng KD. And ano ang value ng EN? 3x minus 2. So, you have to simplify the given. So, in simplifying, mas pinili kong dito na lang mag-stay yung mas mataas kaysa ilipat natin at mag-negative, no? So, ganun yung gagawin ninyo. Pag mas malaki yung number or yung value ng variable kaysa dun sa isa, stay mo na lang siya kung nasan siya. Kasi kaysa mag-negative ka pa. Magdi-divide ka pa by negative number. So, x plus 6 is equal to 3x minus 2. So, yun na nga, nilipat ko yung negative 2 sa left side, tapos yung x naman, nilipat ko sa right side. So, this will become 3x minus x is equal to 2 plus 6. So, 3 minus 1 is 2, and 6 plus 2 is 8. So, since meron pa tayong value ng x na mas mataas sa 2, sa 1, i-divide natin siya by itself. So, 2x divided by 2 and 8 divided by 2. So, the answer will be 4. So, the value of x is 4. So, para makuha mo ngayon yung value ng mga side, so you have to substitute the given value. So, KE is equal to 2x plus 6. Ito. Yan. Ito yon yung sa taas. Yan. So, that is 2x plus 6. Substitute mo na lang yung value ng x. So, 2 times 4 plus 6. So, 2 times 4 is 8 plus 6 is 14. Therefore, this side is 14. If this is 14, what is the measure of DN? 14 as well. No? So, KD naman, ito, yung KD. So, KD is equal to x plus 6. You have to substitute the given value. X plus 6 is 4 plus 6. So, that will become 10. So, the measure here is 10. Of course, EN is also 10. But let's see. Oh, ayan. EN is equal to 3x minus 2. So, 3 times 4 minus 10. Bakit 10? 2 yan, 2. Sorry. So, 3 times 4 minus 2. So, 12 minus 2 is 10. Exaggerated answer yun eh. Dapat 2 to, no? So, edit na lang natin. That is 2. 3 times 4 minus 2. Okay? So, 12 minus 2 is equal to 10. So, kanina sinabi na natin na 10 to, no? Kasi nga opposite side sila. So, therefore, they are congruent. Now, the question is, what is the area? Kung meron na tayong height at meron na tayong length, no? So, the area is equal to KE times KD. KE is equal times to KD. So, what is the area of, what is the measure of KE? 14. The measure of KD is 10. You have to multiply them then you will get 140. Don't forget the unit. So, since wala namang unit na nakalagay, you have to put square unit. Okay? That's it for number 5. So, another parallelogram that we have to explain is rhombus. No? Rhombus is a parallelogram with 4 congruent sides. So, yun yung pinaka-distinction niya, di ba? Tulad nga ng sinabi ko nung nakaraan, when you say it has 4 congruent sides, 4 equal sides, that is rhombus, not a square. Okay? Kasi dapat kompleto. 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides. Okay? That is for circle, square. Circle kasi yung nasabi ko sa nung nakaraan. So, again, the theorem number 3 for the theorem on rhombus. The diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. So, we have here the diagonals, NG and IE. No? So, the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. What do we mean by perpendicular po? Perpendicular are the lines that meet that forms 90 degrees. Therefore, ito pong gitna natin, yan, yung nag-meet sila sa L, diyan tayo mayroong perpendicular. What do we mean by perpendicular? Nakabuo po tayo dito ng 90 degrees. Therefore, itong gitna, ay 90 degrees. Okay? So, example tayo, given our rhombus NIGE, ito nga po yun. Prove that NG is perpendicular to IE. Okay? And G is perpendicular to IE. Okay? So, yun yung kailangan natin i-prove. So, number 1 statement natin is rhombus NIG is given. IG is congruent to IN. IG is congruent to IN. No? So, yun yung definition niya kasi. All sides are congruent. Definition of rhombus. Yun na nga. NG and IE bisect each other. So, NG and IE bisect each other. Ibig sabihin, nahati nila yung isa't isa. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. And L is the midpoint of NG. L is the midpoint of NG. So, IE and NG bisect. Doon sila nag-meet. Kung saan sila nag-meet, yun yung midpoint nung NG or nung IL. Okay? So, NL is congruent to LG. NL is congruent to LG. So, congruent daw po yan. Definition of midpoint. So, kasi kapag hinati mo yung isang line, dapat nasa gitna. Okay? So, IL is congruent to LI by reflexive property. So, triangle NLI is congruent to triangle GLI. So, NLI is congruent to GLI. So, ibig sabihin itong triangle na nabuo dito sa dalawang to, congruent sila by SSS congruence postulate or side congruence postulate. So, number 8, angle NLI is congruent to GLI. By CPCTC, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. So, NLI and GLI, the angle here, angle L, ayan, angle NLI, ayan, itong gitna na ito, congruent daw siya dito, no? Next, NLI and GLI are right angles, no? So, sabi ko nga kanina, that perpendicular are lines that meet that forms 90 degrees. So, they are right angles. So, NLI and GLI form a linear pair and congruent. Linear pair naman po, yung kapag pinagsama mo yung dalawang line na nahati, for example, ito, NLI tsaka GLI, ito po yung linear pair niya. Yan. Yan. Yung guhit na to, tsaka ito, they form 180 degrees. Next, NG is perpendicular to IE. Perpendicular lines meet to form right angles. Okay? That is the meaning of perpendicular. Therefore, we have proved that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. Ibig sabihin 90, 90, 90, 90 po. Okay? So, yun yung angles niya. So, number 4, Each diagonal of a rhombus bisect opposite angles. So, nahati daw nung bawat isang uh, angles, yung opposite angles niya. For example, we have here given rhombus NIGE, same. Prove that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Ito yun. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. And angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. So let's prove. Rhombus NIGE given. EN is congruent to NI. EN is congruent to NI. NI, ito. Itong dalawang sides na to ay congruent daw. That is the definition of a rhombus, no? So IE is congruent to EI by reflexive property. So triangle ENI is congruent to triangle IGE. ENI, itong triangle na to, tsaka yung triangle na to. So nahati siya sa gitna, 'di ba? So that is by SSS congruence postulate, no? And therefore, angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 4 by CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent kasi nakabuo tayo dito ng dalawang triangle. And yung mga corresponding parts niya ay congruent. So, let's apply the theorems on rhombus. So, quadrilateral CHIN is a rhombus. Its diagonal CI and HN intersects at D. D po yan. Kasi yung mga given natin dito ay D. Dapat dito. So, change natin. Ayan. Palitan natin siya ng D. Ayan. So, let's proceed. Number 1. Oops. Lumabas agad. If CD is 6 cm and ND is 8 cm, how long is CN? So, yan. Yan. Number 1 given natin yan. So, number 2 na pala yun. So, ito yung number 1 natin. CD is 6 cm, ND is 8 cm. What is the measure of CN? So, lagay muna natin nasan ba yung CD. Ito yung D, nasa gitna. So, CD, ito daw, CD is 6 cm. Tapos, yung ND, ito naman mas mahaba ng konti, is 8 cm. No? So, ano daw yung measure nitong mas mahaba? No? So, use Pythagorean theorem since the given forms right triangle. As you can see, etong triangle na to, lagyan natin ng mark. Pen tayo. Yan. Etong triangle na to, yan. As you can see, meron tayo ditong mabubuo na right triangle. Ayan. So, this is the angle. Right angle. Ayan. So, meron na tayong right triangle. So, as you can see, this one is 6. This one is 8. So, ano kaya ang measure nitong mas mahaba? So, para makuha mo yan, since right triangle nga yung na-form natin, we are going to use the Pythagorean theorem. So, ano ba yung Pythagorean theorem? It is a theorem that was, what do you call this? Invented by Pythagoras. Okay? So, the formula is c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. And that is the formula in getting the sides of the right triangle. So, c squared is the, ito, yung mas mahaba. So, a squared is itong mas maikse, then yung b squared yung nasa gitna. So, c squared is equal to 6 squared plus 8 squared. So, c squared is equal to 36 plus 64. Paano naging 36? 6 times 6, 36. 8 times 8, 64. So, c squared is equal to 100. Since meron pa tayong exponent na 2 dito, we have to extract them. no? So to extracting square root, the discussion from first quarter, 'di ba? Kung naaalala. So i-square root natin siya, same as with 100, para malaman natin kung ano ang value ng C. So C is equal to 10. Therefore, the value of Cn is 10 centimeter. Clear ba tayo doon? Basta kapag dating kay rhombus, pag ang hinahanap ay side at given yung dalawang diagonals, you have to use Pythagorean theorem. Next, if angle HCI is 54 degrees, find the measure of angle HCN. So, ito yung angle ng HCI. Ayan yan. H, papunta kay C, papunta kay I. So, that is 54 degrees. Ang hahanapin natin, HCN, yung kabuuan. No? So, HCI is 54 and HCN is 108. Paano natin nakuha na 108 yung buo nito? Itong buong angle na to. HCI plus NCI, ito po yung NCI, NCI, and this is the angle, is equal to HCN, yung buong angle. So, by the first theorem that we have discussed, ay hindi, ano pala yung perpendicular? Yung pangalawang theorem regarding rhombus, that the angles are congruent. Asan na? Ayan. Angle 1 and angle 2 and angle 3 and angle 4 are congruent. So, kung ang angle 1 mo daw ay halimbawa 55, no? So, this one will be 55 as well. So, ganun po yung application niya sa number 2. Ayan. So, kung 54 daw po ito, then ito din ay 54. So, therefore, you just have to add 54 by 54. The answer will be 108. Okay? Number 3. If C and H is 33, ayan, find the measure of NCI. So, yan yung nawawala naman ngayon. So, we have here the given and the given here. So, how are we going to solve kung isa lang yung binigay? Remember, the measure here in CDN, here, sa gitna, is 90. Diba? Kasi nga, perpendicular sila. So, CNH is 33 and CI is unknown. CNH is 33 and CDN is 90. So, what you're going to do is to add the 2. No, itong dalawa. CNH plus CDN is 123. No? So, bakit nag-add tayo ng 90? Kasi nga meron tayong invisible dito na 90 na na-form. 'Di ba? So, i-add mo yon sa 33. And then, afterwards, subtract mo siya sa 180. Bakit sa 180? Because the total angle of a triangle is 180. So, 180 minus 123 is 57. Therefore, the angle here is 57. Number 3 and number 4. Number 4 yan. If NIC is 61, find the measure of HCI. O, ayan. So, meron na agad. 61 daw to. Ano daw ang measure nito? Ayan. So, HCI is 61 degrees. Bakit naging 61? It is according to the theorem that we have discussed a while ago. So, 61 daw to. 61 din to. Diba? Yung katabi niya. But, opposite angles are congruent. Therefore, kung opposite nito ang I, ang opposite niya ay C. Therefore, this one is 61 degrees as well. Last number, if CH is 4x minus 1 and CN is equal to 2x plus 7, find x and the length of CH. So, ito yung nawawala, CH. No? So, our given is CH, 4x minus 1, CN is 2x plus 7. And unknown is, or are, x and CH. So, unahin natin yung CH tsaka CN. No? Kasi sila yung given lang. CH is 4x minus 1 and CN is 2x plus 7. So, we can say that CH is equal to CN. Bakit? Kasi they are congruent. Kapag congruent sila, equal sila in measurement. So, therefore, ito yung magiging working equation mo. So 4x minus 1 is equal to 2x plus 7. Then proceed tayo. 4x minus 2x is equal to 7 plus 1. Transposed by 2x sa left side. Then yung negative 1 to the right side. So combining like terms, 2x is equal to 8. Dividing by 2, both sides by 2, it will become 4. So the value of x is 4. So meron na tayong value ng x, which is yung 4. So apply na natin by substitution. CH is 4x minus 1. So 4 times 4 minus 1 is 16 minus 1. So CH is 15. So nakuha na natin that the value of x is 4. The value of CH is 15. Okay? So this one is 15. Ano kaya yung sukat nito? So let's see. Cn is equal to 2x plus 7. 2 times 4 plus 7 is 8 plus 7 is 15. Of course, this must be 15. Kasi nga, ang sukat ni CH ay 15. And they are congruent. If they are congruent, therefore they are equals. Therefore, CH and Cn is 15. Okay? That's it for our discussion for this afternoon.